Hey guys, it's Lizzie. So I led my parish Bible study this past Wednesday. Yes, women can lead Bible studies in Catholicism.
What if I made up my mind to rely on you? I thought I wanted it easy, but easy never needed you. Just because I'm feeling weak and feeling lonely doesn't make it true.
I completely forgot that I was leading the discussion just because so much chaotic stuff is happening in my life right now, but I do not at all credit my ability to make stuff up on the spot. I've also been sort of manic the past week, so my memory is just off because I'm super a planner, scheduled person. I led so many Bible studies in my college and I would spend 2-3 hours prepping because as a Protestant, you have to read through so many commentaries, Greek, Hebrew, etymology. You really have to study the passage to be able to explain it and teach it. But the most amazing thing happened, and it was like, it clicked why Catholicism is so beautiful and it makes Bible study so beautiful and so easy. So I had like 3 minutes to figure this out. So I look at the Bible passage, I find the gospel reading, and I just Google Chrysostom, homily, Luke, whatever, and also there was a reading from Acts. So I Googled the Bible passages. Obviously, New Advent came up on my phone. I've talked about that website a lot. They basically have all of Aquinas, Augustine, all of the church fathers, a Catholic encyclopedia. It's amazing. So if you want to read any primary sources from the early church, everything is available on New Advent for free. So Chrysostom wrote lengthy commentaries, homilies on all of these Bible passages. And so I find his homily on the end of Luke's, beginning of Acts, and I just scroll through it really fast and I found some amazing points, took out some quotes, and I just put this talk together kind of impromptu. And what I've been doing in my life lately, sorry this is a really long intro, but obviously this video isn't just the talk. I know these are so many seemingly disconnected tangents, but I'm about to explain how Irenaeus has just been praying for me, why Irenaeus is so special for me, but only really recently he's been praying for me and super integral in giving me confidence and the ability to speak when I objectively am not prepared or I'm so exhausted and don't have energy. He always prays for me in my speaking career, but also in my personal life when I have to do really hard conversations. Over the past 3 months, it's become like he's my person whenever I'm doing ministry or doing my life, you know? I've gotten into a really good relationship with my patron saint lately because there was a time in Ireland I did so many different talks, but there was one talk which I'd super prepped for dozens of hours, written out word for word, and literally last minute they wanted me to completely change the talk and do a different talk. And as someone who is so scheduled, research word for word, like for every single YouTube video, I spend like 10 hours researching, so many hours writing out the video script, a lot of time word for word, you practice it. I'm just a very planned out person. That's my personality. That's what has always worked for me on my YouTube channel, in school. When I would lead philosophy club, apologetics club, Bible studies in college, I always spend so much time prepping. And so in Ireland, I was in this situation when I was doing this talk in front of so many people. My patron saint is named Irenaeus, and he was so integral in the 2nd century in fighting against the Gnostics. He just did an amazing job. Such a great orator, super intellectual, but he also kept the church together during the Easter controversy when the Pope almost excommunicated the entire Eastern Church because they just wanted to celebrate Easter on a different day. So Irenaeus is destroying heresy, and he's also keeping the church united, and his name in Greek means peace. So that is background on Irenaeus, and the reason he's my patron saint, I would not be Catholic right now without Irenaeus, because the Apostle John taught Polycarp, who taught Irenaeus. So all of the writings and theology of Irenaeus is just 2 steps away from Jesus' best friend, who spent 3 years with Jesus. And so this is the second half of the 2nd century, like 100 years after the beginning of Christianity. But because there's that Irenaeus, Polycarp, John, Jesus link, I could just trust it immensely. It's actually really funny. So I learned about Irenaeus for the first time when I was 20. The first time I learned about Irenaeus, though, I never would have guessed that I would know a lot about his writings or care about him at all. I was 20 years old, and our textbook for one of my political science classes, it was kind of like political philosophy, but it had a lot of theology in it as well. And in this class, I credit the absolute most for me becoming Catholic, and our professor was Catholic. But anyways, the textbook for the class was called From Irenaeus to Grotius. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But I remember getting the textbook and thinking, who is Irenaeus? I've never heard of this guy in my life. He sounds so boring. I literally don't care about him. And we read a short passage from him, his theory of Christians in war or something, and that was all I remembered learning about him. And then a little bit in one of my church history classes, but I didn't care at all. He was just this random obscure figure long ago. But then in 2017, when I started reading the church fathers and learning all of these things, I remembered back to that moment when I was 20, getting this textbook and seeing the most absurd name. And now he's the reason I'm Catholic and helps me in all these areas of my life. I hope all of this was insightful to you guys. The longest intro to a video ever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!